Hi, I want to talk to you today about the new Lightroom cloud-based system, Lightroom Mobile and Lightroom CC. I just recently subscribed to the Adobe Photography subscription, which includes Photoshop, Lightroom CC Classic, and Lightroom CC, and Lightroom Mobile, and a few other apps as well. And I'm really excited about it because it has really changed the way that I'm going to be traveling and what I'm going to bring when I travel. When I first subscribed to this system, I thought it'd be kind of fun and kind of great to be able to edit things on my iPad, but I didn't really think of the idea that I would at any time be leaving my computer behind. But as I've been using this iPad app, the Lightroom Mobile, I've realized that when I travel that I could very conceivably just bring my iPad and leave my computer behind, and I'm pretty excited about that because that just lightens up my load. And when I travel, that's all I'm ever thinking about is how can I lighten my load? What less can I carry? How can I make my traveling less complicated? So this year I'm going to Europe, and this is my MacBook Air that I usually bring with me, and with that I usually bring an external hard drive, and I have to bring my also the cord and the charger for the MacBook Air, and that all is bigger than anything that comes with this, which is my iPad. Okay, as you can see, iPad's about half the size of the computer, and it's a whole lot lighter than the computer. Okay, and so you think, well, what do you mean you're just going to bring your iPad and you're going to leave your computer behind? How are you going to edit your photographs? Well, I've been using Lightroom Mobile, and I realized that I can do pretty much everything I need to do when I'm traveling on my iPad, because there are some complicated edits that I need my computer for, and I need to get into more complicated software, and Lightroom Mobile will do for me. But when I'm traveling, all I want to do is I want to get my images looking pretty good, and then I like to post them to friends and family and people who look at my website and things like that. And they don't need to be that intricate, heavy editing. All they need to do is make these images look good enough to post on social media and things like that. And with the iPad, that's easy to do. And also, well, you might say, well, you know, also, you could take your computer and you put your images on a hard drive, and you have that backup, and you know that your images are safe and they're going to get back home. Well, you can always lose that hard drive. Okay, your computer can always die all of a sudden on you. But with this system, with the iPad, with Lightroom Mobile, you can use this here, which is a little card reader that plugs into the iPad right here. And you put your card in here, you plug it in, and you can upload your images into your iPad, and then from your iPad you upload them to the cloud, to Creative Cloud. And in the cloud, your images are very safe because, for one thing, they're not on something that you're carrying with you, and for another thing, when they are backed up into the cloud, they are backed up. They're not just one copy of the images on the cloud, but they're backed up multiple times by Adobe, so you will not lose your images. They're on different servers in different places, and you will never lose your images. They're very safe on the cloud. So you're really much safer using this system than you are putting your images on a hard drive and trying to bring them home. I know a lot of people, they never erase their cards the whole time they're traveling because they're afraid, even though they put their images on their computer and maybe on an external hard drive, they're afraid that they could lose one or the other. Well, if you put it up on the cloud, it's there and you're not going to lose it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I've taken some pictures this morning of some of my wife's roses, and I'm going to show you how you can move these images from your camera, because that's what I'm shooting with. I'm shooting with a real camera. I'm not shooting with an iPhone or an iPad. I'm shooting with a camera, and I'm shooting in RAW. And you can load these RAW images onto your iPad and then onto the cloud. I'm going to show you how I do that. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we go. Here I have my iPad, I have my card reader, and I have my camera with my card in it. This is a Sony a6500. Love this camera. And I'll pull my card out. There's my card. Okay, so I take this card and I stick it in the card reader, which I don't know if you can see that. Is it going to focus? It's too close. Anyway, it shows you how to put the card reader in, and it goes in like that, okay? And then I take my card and I stick it in the Lightning attachment where you normally charge your iPad, okay? And then I'm going to, and it has import choices to, okay, so you're sitting in there. Your choice is to import all, okay? And I'm going to import it to albums, and I have set up an album to import into, and it's called Import to Lightroom, okay? So now what I'm going to do is hit import all. And import all. I didn't hit it hard enough. Okay, so now he's importing these images. As you can see, as the little green check mark comes on, they're being imported onto my computer. Okay, it says import. Would you like to delete imported photos from the attached camera, or card in this case? But no, I don't want to do that, because I like to format my card on my computer, in my camera, and that's the best thing to do. So I'm going to say keep. Okay. Okay. So now I'm in camera roll, and I have the images that I took just now. My wife's flowers. I'm going to say select all. Okay. You don't have to do select all. Okay. And then I'm going to say add to, and I'm going to put them in that folder right there, which is my Lightroom import folder. I don't know if I had to do that, but that's what I've been doing. I'm fairly new at this. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Lightroom Mobile. Okay, and I already have it right here. This is my flower. I made a folder for flowers already. I already have it for flowers. And so then what I'm going to go to add photos. I'm going to go to camera roll. Okay, and then I am going to go to import to Lightroom. Okay, that's the one that I want. Okay, then I'm going to go select all. Okay, then I'm going to go back up to the three dots, and I've selected all of them. Okay, and then down here on the bottom it says add 10 photos. I'm going to hit that. Okay, I hit that, add 10 photos, and the photos start coming on. It's coming from, and this is all through the Wi-Fi. Now the photos I just took, they went from my camera, the card on my camera, into my onto my iPad, and then from my iPad I had created an album on my iPad for uploading these photos. I could have just done the most recently uploaded photos, and then I went back into Lightroom Mobile. I did the add photos. I picked the camera roll, and then I picked the images I wanted to upload. And then I hit upload, and it uploaded them, and there they are. Now they're on the cloud. They're as safe as they're ever going to be, because they're on that cloud. Okay, and these are the new images from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This one here too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 new images that I just put on there. I can edit them. They're raw files. They actually look pretty good just the way they are. And so yeah, this is just a great system and a great way to work. And this is all you have to carry with you. So now I'm going to go back to my camera roll. I'm going to select all this time. Select all, and I'm going to delete them because I don't need these here. I'm going to pull this. Oh, okay. Select all. Select all. Okay, I don't need these images on my iPad anymore. Now, I have a lot of storage on my iPad, but I don't want to fill it up with images. In order to keep your iPad from getting filled up, you can, after you put them in the cloud, you just select all, delete 10 photos, and they're gone. Okay, and now that album, the import to Lightroom, is empty again. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to travel to Europe. This is the only thing that I'm going to carry, this iPad. So let's go to my computer now, and I'll show you how I edit on Lightroom Mobile and on my iPad, and why I'm so excited about this. And then I'll go ahead and sum up this video. Okay, so I showed you how you can download your images onto your iPad and then move them onto the cloud. Now I want to show you some editing on the iPad and why this is such a great system, and I really love it. So we're going to start out with this image here that I took in Israel out of our hotel room early in the morning. It was probably 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun was just coming up, and there was a boat going out into the Sea of Galilee, and it was just a great image. So I set up my little tripod and put it real close to the window so I wouldn't get any of the glass reflections, which there wasn't much because there wasn't much light then. And so let's look at what we got. I always start out in light, okay? And the first thing I do is I want to do right here is I want to lower this exposure a little bit. I'm going to up the contrast a little bit. I'm going to bring the highlights way down. And I'm going to bring the shadows up. It's pretty high because I want to see that foreground there. And I'm going to bring the whites down because I'm trying to get as much definition in those clouds as I possibly can. And then I'm going to move to color, okay? And what I like to do is you have this right up here. I like to open that up. And okay, so it takes a second sometimes for my iPad to be able to work after I do that. It just has, the system has to catch up to me. And it's not catching up. Well, I'll go ahead and move my vibrance up. While I'm waiting for that, put the vibrance way up because I like these kind of images to have a lot of color in them. Okay, and you see the colors starting to come out in this. Okay, so here we go. And so now what I'm going to do is you can actually emphasize the individual colors here. And so I'm going to leave a little bit of red, and I'm going to bring the oranges way up because this is the golden hour. We want that golden hour look. Okay. And I'm going to bring the yellows up a bit. Yeah, you see that coming in. Okay, and then I want to bring the blues up too, because I want all this blue sky over here and here, up there to look really well. I'm pointing, you can't see where I'm pointing. Bring that blue sky up. Okay, and I think what I want to do is I want to go up to the temperature, to light temperature up on top here. I want to warm that up a little bit more. Oh, not quite that much. Oh, close though. Okay, so I'm getting, this is the golden hour. I'm getting that golden hour look, okay? And then I want to get down here to effects, okay? And you have clarity, dehaze, and vignetting. And I'm going to bring a little bit of clarity, but mostly is this dehaze. This is a very powerful tool in this app. See what that did? Okay, and now I'm going to go down to, normally, I'm going to go down to detail, and I'm going to bring, what I like to do is I like to bring the radius. They set the radius to default at 1.0. I like to bring it up to 1.5. I think I get better sharpening that way. And I'm going to bring my sharpening up to about 70. And that's for down in this area here, okay? I might even bring up my, go back to my light and bring up my shadow. Oh, my shadows are already up. Might have to bring the exposure up just a smidgen. Yeah. So I want to get that foreground so you can see what's in the foreground and see that it's morning and that the light is starting to shine on everything. So that looks pretty awesome, actually, just like that. And it used to be that I wouldn't even think that I could get something like this on a mobile app. This Lightroom Mobile with this cloud-based system, it's just amazing. It's really going to change the way I travel. So let me show you the before and after. And the way you see the before and after is you just put your finger down on the screen and hold it, and it goes to the before. That's your before, and that's your after. Before and after. Isn't that amazing? So, yeah, this is how you do this with an iPad. I'm going to travel with an iPad. I'm going to download my stuff from my camera. I'm going to bring a camera. I'm not shooting everything on a phone or an iPad. I'm going to be shooting it on a camera, and it's going to be raw files, and I'm going to upload them onto my iPad and then upload them onto the cloud, and then I'll delete them off my iPad, like I said, and then I'll go ahead and edit them through the cloud system. I'm excited about being able to travel without a laptop this year. So I'm pretty excited about this, because what this means is that I normally carry this camera bag because it has a spot that you can put a computer in. And it gets kind of heavy carrying this, okay? And I end up carrying more stuff than I need too when I carry this stuff. Of course, that holds my computer. Well, now, I might even go smaller than this, but now I'm going to carry this camera bag. It's smaller, it's easier, it'll fit under a seat. And I'll probably have a little shoulder bag that I'll carry with me too, or I might carry something even smaller than this, depending on how much photography gear I plan on taking. But the thing with traveling, especially if you travel a lot, you start getting more and more of a minimalist, because you don't want to lug these things through airports, you don't want to carry them back and forth to hotels, and also you have more stuff for people to take from you. An iPad, I can take this everywhere I go. I don't have to leave this in a hotel. I don't like carrying my computer around all the time, but I can take this everywhere I go. So I'm excited about this system. I'm excited about seeing how it works for me as I travel, and I'll give a report when I get back from Europe this year. I'm not going for a while yet, but in a few months. But once I do go, I'll give a report back on how it works for me and what I think about it, and whether or not I'll be doing it again. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate people who watch and subscribe to my channel. It's really kind of encouraging for me. I'm just doing this because I like people. I like sharing the things I've learned. I like helping other people. If you do like my video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching.